Sabadi, and welcome back to Khao with us. I'm Katie.
I'm Brittany.
And today we're going to be showing you how to make something so good. It is
wonton soup.
Alright guys, so for today's recipe, we're going to be needing lots of pork bones, some ground pork, shrimp, hoisin sauce, oyster sauce. We got wonton soup base, which is kind of like a chicken stock, but for wonton soup. We're gonna be using a little bit of salt, some garlic powder, and then we have like onions, garlic, a whole bunch of vegetables like cilantro, green onions, these bean sprouts that Brittany keeps snacking on, carrots, celery, cabbage, and then we just have our wonton wrappers and wonton noodles. Let's get started.
Did you tell them that we had shrimp?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Let's get started.
The first thing that we need to do to start this broth is put in our pork bones into your large pot before adding the water. So these pork bones are already washed, and again, Britt's gonna be doing a lot of the cutting and heavy lifting of this recipe since my hand is still not 100%. All right, so for this broth, we just have the pork bones and the water in there right now. The pork bones is gonna give this base most of its flavor, and we're just gonna add 2 onions, 2 big ASS carrots, and 2 stalks of celery. And now we just have to wait for it to boil.
Okay, so while the broth is boiling, we are going to start on our wonton filling. So we're going to be using 4 pounds of ground pork, and we got about 2 pounds of peeled, headless, white shrimp here. You just want to mince this all up, and then we're going to add it to the ground pork. The next thing you want to do is add your green onions and your yellow onions. So we're using 2 of each. I'm really upset that Katie's useless and can't chop anything up, because if you watch our videos, you know I hate cutting onions. It's about to start. The cry fest is coming. Only time I cry, guys. This is torture. I'm so upset. Honestly, why don't we use a food processor? Why don't we do this? Oh my god. Okay, so I just had to clean myself up because I was literally crying. I'm gonna add 4 cloves of garlic, and then we'll add in the rest and mix it up. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is add in your garlic powder. So we're going to be using 1 tablespoon. And then I've already measured out 2 tablespoons of the hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of the oyster sauce. Just go in and add that. telling you, these are gonna be the tastiest wontons you've ever had. And then add an egg to bind it all together.
All right, so the soup has been on for about half an hour now. It's starting to get this kind of foam on top of it. That's from cooking the bones. So you're just gonna want to skim the top and remove it. Continue to do that as your soup cooks because it's going to be on here for about like 2 hours at least. I'm just going to add in the seasoning that we need for our broth, and it's literally just a 1/4 cup of salt and a 1/4 cup of this wonton soup base mix that we use. All right, so like I said, we just leave it alone while the soup is cooking. For again, at least 2 hours, we're gonna get, or I should say Brittany is gonna get all the wontons rolled.
All right guys, now it's time for the hard work. We are going to assemble our wontons. So you're gonna need an egg just to bind it all together. So if you've never used wonton wrappers before, this is what they look like. And there's many ways for you to, like, I don't know, roll them and close them off, but I'll show you an easy way we like to do. Don't put too much filling in. So you're gonna take a little bit of your filling like that, and then take your fingers and put a little bit along the edges here. So I'm gonna be making a triangle shape. And then you just seal it up. So if you know me, I love to take shortcuts. And I get in trouble for it all the time, even with making spring rolls, because I will try to overstuff things and then they will fall apart. So be patient, take your time. Have someone help you, not someone with an injured hand. Okay guys, so we finished rolling one package of our wonton wrappers that you can see here. We obviously made a lot, so what we also like to do is take some of our filling and make little kind of meatballs and drop it into the soup. It's so good. So I'm gonna do a couple right now just so we can eat, and then I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I'm gonna roll some more after I eat because I'm starving. So I'm just gonna put in a few along with the wontons for me, Katie, and our sister-in-law Jenny to eat. Let me grab a couple wontons. So I'm not adding all of them, I'm just adding the ones that we're gonna eat.
Okay, so I just have a small pot of water boiling on the side of our broth, And we like to use these wonton noodles along with the stuffed wontons that we do. So I'm just gonna boil enough for the 3 bowls that we're gonna make right now.
The soup is all ready.
And you can tell that the wontons are finished when they do this like shriveled up thing, because that means the meat's cooked on the inside.
Time to dress it up.
We like to use cilantro, green onions, cabbage. You can use any cabbage. Typically we use like a Chinese Napa cabbage, but today we just had like a regular head of cabbage and we still use it because we like it for the crunch. Even I put celery in there, bean sprouts, and then I love my lime.
And I love eating a piece of pork bone where Katie picks carrot.
I like taking pieces of the carrot that was in the broth into my bowl.
These are the meatballs. After you guys try this recipe, you will not want to eat wonton soup anywhere else but at home. So much better than the restaurants.